Will the visit of the Polish president and prime minister to the White House, announced for March, bring continuation of good Polish-American relations, improvement, deterioration, and what will it finally mean for our country, for Poland, and for Polish investments, and finally, for a strong alliance of a strong Polish presence in NATO in the North Atlantic Treaty Organization? How will it be? Today, I will take a closer look. Polish President Andrzej Duda stressed that the visit to the U.S. of the Polish president and the prime minister on the anniversary of Poland's entry into NATO shows that the Polish-American alliance is and will be strong, regardless of who is in power in both countries. Or does it signal that the White House does not want to meddle in the political dispute in Poland? It must have leaked into the consciousness in the United States that the situation in Poland is quite tense, that it is politically unstable, and that what is happening now is well beyond some legal norms. So the very meeting with the Polish president and prime minister is perhaps a certain avoidance by the United States to stay out of the political conflict in Poland. As the White House statement added, the leaders will reaffirm their continued support for defending Ukraine from a brutal war waged by Russia. Radosław Sikorski, head of the Polish Foreign Ministry, appealed for support for Ukraine, along with British Foreign Minister David Cameron. I would like you to treat this as our joint appeal to the U.S. House of Representatives and personally to Speaker Mike Johnson to put the aid package for Ukraine to a vote. This is, as David said, an era-defining decision that will affect American credibility around the globe and with its allies. Poland is one of the main NATO allies meeting the requirements to fund its army at more than 2% of GDP, as sought not only by Donald Trump, but also by the head of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
We decided to create a new NATO-Ukraine joint analysis, training and education center in Bydgoszcz, Poland. It will allow Ukraine to share lessons learned from Russia's war, and it will create a structure for Ukrainian forces to learn and train alongside their allied counterparts.
However, the foreign minister is focusing on the presence of the Polish Defense Commissioner in the European Union and the idea of a common European army. The appointment of a defense commissioner is one of the demands of our political family, the European People's Party, together with the idea of a combined European command, with the idea of a European force, a rapid response, which I used to call the European Legion, and we have a European defense budget. The need of the hour at the moment is that Europe will not be defenseless, even if the United States were involved somewhere else. Hence the concern that the Polish government is casting doubt on the strength of the alliance or the alliance's response to Russian aggression unjustifiably. I can't imagine that decisions will be made where the Americans withdraw from Central and Eastern Europe and leave us on our own. Could this be a signal, above all, to the United States that the Polish government wants to rely on a European army? And who does it serve? Germany has always wanted to uproot and liberate, so to say, its country from the presence of the U.S. military on its territory. This is their intention, to get rid of the Americans. If they get rid of the Americans, someone may have to take over that role after all. I think that such an army will probably not be taken very seriously and will be rather such a patchwork army, rather than a strong army ready to defend everyone and to become the leader of the European countries in defense against Russian temptations, for example. Among the topics scheduled for talks in March are also energy, economy, and democratic values. Above all, however, security. For it is security in the era of Vladimir Putin's Russian aggression that is most important today. Edyta Hołdyńska, TV Republika.